Ladies and gentlemen, people and persons, this is your 30-minute end of pop culture as you know it. I am your co-host, Gnarly Quinn, joined by the main man, Matthias, and we would like to welcome you to your weekly pop culture, Apopkolips.
So, I did you get my message about Juggernaut?
I sure did. I was going to remind you.
Okay, so in the old X-Men cartoon, um, I can't remember back in the 90s. I don't think you were even a thought yet, but I was. I remember the one episode. Are you familiar with Gladiator in
Yes.
Marvel?
Yes.
He's that alien that has a mohawk, and he's like super. I don't want to say he's like Kmart Superman, but he takes very close notes at all of his quote unquote superpowers.
The Wish version of Superman.
Yeah, the Dollar General. So what is it's just cool. One episode. So he works for this. So Gladiator's part of this empire called the Sakaar, I think. Like there's like you've heard of the Kree and the Skrull, right?
Yes.
Okay, well, I think they're called the Sakaar Empire, and he's actually is he like the head guard? Like he's like there's like the royal guard, and he's like the captain of it. So I don't remember the details, but like they go to Earth for something, and Juggernaut pulls up, and and I'll tell you, like in the comics, he's not really no one to mess with, right? Like he can go toe to toe with the best of them.
Yeah,
So
he's not exactly insignificant.
Yeah, right. He'll make you feel insignificant. So he pulls up and he's all cocky, and he just throws this punch right at Gladiator, right in the chest. Gladiator doesn't even move. He just boom, like nothing. And then he says something like, how dare you, blah blah blah. And then he freaking jacks him and just launches him like a miles away. I just thought that was kind of funny. It just my point is it shows you the power difference between Juggernaut and Gladiator. It's crazy.
Well, Gladiator's notable alias is freaking Captain Universe. I didn't realize that. Yeah, I forgot about that.
But I don't know. I just thought that was cool. Before we start, I went this weekend or Friday after work, and I met my buddy Jake, don't you? He was the best man at my wedding.
Yeah.
Well, him and his son Jack, and he's already 4. It's hard to believe.
Whoa.
They invited me to go see a Transformers 1 movie.
Oh.
I tell you what, I've been a fan most of my life, but I went into this, I don't want to say low expectation, but I went into it like I wasn't expecting a whole hell of a lot, because it was a cartoon, kind of like, how Into the Spider-Verse is.
Yeah, it was animated.
Yes. And I'm like, yeah, it's probably mostly for family. Yeah. So I went in with like mid expectations. That was a freaking, if you're a fan or a newcomer, I recommend the hell out of it.
Really?
It was amazing. Oh my God. It was like, there's the third act is like I know what happens because I read the comics, I played the games, I know exactly what happens, but just the awe of how the ending, how they set up like the ending, the last 20 minutes of the movie, it's just like, holy, wow.
So just seeing it on screen.
Oh yeah, I'm like, but no, it's a really good movie. I was impressed. And I hope they keep going. I hope they do. They're exploring more of the lore, which the other movies, like the Michael Bay movies, don't. Like, they touch base on it, but...
No, those movies were supposed to be, like, the action movies, the action fantasy movies. That's what they were supposed to be. They weren't supposed to be like in-depth lore on anything.
Yeah. And there's no humans in this at all. But yeah, but it has it's human driven emotions going on. Like, I don't feel satisfied. I feel some of it's pretty relatable. It is. But good movie. I think it's fair. I think you should pick the topic for today. Because I had it last time.
Well, I figured since you were just great at picking topics, I was gonna let you pick the topics. You mentioned Teen Titans Meet the Ninja Turtles.
Yeah.
Okay, so my question is, which Teen Titans? Because obviously it's like the Justice League. It's like anything else. You have like a rotating
mix
of characters.
I got to go with the goat.
The
goat. Yeah, I got to, because it's a phenomenal cartoon. I love it. It got better as it went. Like, usually some shows slow down when they go. It actually got better as it went.
Like the original Teen Titans?
Yeah, the one, you know what I mean. The one from like 2003.
Yeah, I was just watching it the other day.
Yeah, great show. And then the turtles I'm thinking of is the cartoon from like Nickelodeon.
Yeah,
came out like 10 years ago.
So cartoon versus cartoon.
Yeah, I think the dynamic and like the attitudes will be so great together, because they don't. It's like that book, like that story I've been telling you about. It doesn't take itself seriously to the point where it's like, it's not too damn dark. It's not like only adults can watch it. It's for everyone, and it's fun. It's funny, and the stories are amazing. I just feel like, I remember, what was it, 5, probably longer than that, because time's going by so damn fast. They made that Batman Meets the Ninja Turtles cartoon. Like, I know it's based on a comic book, but they did a movie about it, a cartoon movie. And it was pretty good. Like, it was, I have no problem with it. They kept it kind of colorful, because
they did a good job of mixing both aesthetics.
Yeah. Like, Batman had his classic blue on, like from the 70s, was it?
That'd be the animated series, yeah.
Yeah. He had his blue cowl and cape on. It was pretty good, but I'm just thinking, like, I wonder what would happen if, like, the Teen Titans go to New York City. Where are they stationed at in the cartoon? Is it the East Coast or the West Coast? Do you remember? Is it Gotham City they're in?
Oh, man. Actually, let me look that up.
They're in the Teen Titans Tower.
Yeah, I know they were in Titans Tower, but I can't remember if they said exactly where. Island in the Jump City Bay.
Oh, see, I don't even know where that's at.
I'm not even sure where that's at.
It's Kmart Metropolis.
Kmart Metropolis. First and second towers were in the East River in New York City.
Oh, they're in New York.
They're already there.
Okay, well, it'd be like the Justice League establishes, like, our sidekicks can, they can do their own team, and then they establish the Titans Tower in New York, and the Turtles have been so secluded that no one even knows they're there. You know what I mean? And the Foot Ninja are so, like, good at hiding that even, like, Ra's al Ghul's, what's his thing, his company, not company, his clan, what's his name?
The League of Assassins?
League of Assassins, yes. Okay. Even the League of Assassins are like know of them, but you know, I could see that being pretty cool. Like Beast Boy and Michelangelo being shitheads, and then Leo and Robin taking, you know what I mean, they got their leadership thing. I could see it being kind of fun, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah. I feel like for a second you have to make them fight for a second. You know what I mean? Like whenever they meet, their first meetup, they have to fight.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's
It's a
crossover
requirement.
101. That's
Mm-hmm.
crossover 101. They have to strut their stuff and show their power level.
Yeah.
That you have to.
Yeah, and
At
nobody
least,
wins.
no,
Nobody
I mean
wins.
it's 5 against 4. Um, unless you're counting. Do you know in the new comics there's a fifth turtle?
Uh-uh.
So I hope I don't butcher this. I probably will, because of my luck. There's a fifth turtle. Her name's Jenica.
What? Oh, her name. Ooh.
Yeah, and she has yellow, you know, eye band, headband, and her
Yeah.
weapons are like they're those eagle claws that look like Wolverine claws,
Yeah.
and she dual wields them. I think she used to be a former foot ninja, but something went south, and she got hit with that ooze, and somehow it mixed in with turtle DNA, and she turned into a turtle. So
Okay.
you could bring that to light, you know, have some backstory there. So it'd be 5 against 5.
That would be one hell of a way to bring the comics into
Yeah.
the animated series. That'd be great.
Yeah, because you don't want Splinter there. He'll just freaking destroy everybody.
No, besides his role is more of he's a master. He's supposed
Yeah,
to teach. He's supposed to.
yeah, he's more of a
That's like bringing.
sensei.
Yeah, that's like bringing Batman into the fight. It's like no, you can't do that.
Yeah, you can't. No way. I just think that'd be pretty cool. Interesting dynamic there and all their attitude. I just think that'd be pretty neat.
Yeah, and well, what you could do too is bring in like the dimensions into it, or like I don't know, have Mr. Mixapitalik or whatever his name is, like bend the dimensions into one, and then they don't
I
realize what's
think
going on until they meet up.
I know you're talking. You're talking about that weird pixie guy from Superman. Or okay, I
Yeah, you
think
know who he is.
Mister Mix Ya Spitlicks.
Mixed Spitlicks.
Mix Ya Spitlicks.
Because I don't know how to pronounce his name, and neither
He doesn't
did.
know how to pronounce his name.
No, dude. How the hell are you supposed to pronounce that?
Mix Ya Spit.
Pitlick. That's all I got. Mix a Pitlick.
Pencil lick. Yeah.
Pencil lick. That guy. No, there was a really good storyline that happened, and I think I remember Comic Story covering it to where like he kind of bent Batman's reality a little bit, and then Batman actually figured out what was going on. So I think that would be cool if that's how they end up meeting, and then in the end they defeat both of them, team up together to defeat him.
Right. Yeah, you could do that.
I might be adding too much, but
no, it's okay.
still,
That's okay. Like I'm actually more of a Ninja Turtles nut than I am a DC nut. And it's not that
you
against DC.
really like the Ninja Turtles.
Oh yeah, I really
You've
like the
always
Turtles.
liked the Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, I do. I mean, you can't turtle power, man. That's where it's at. But I just thought that'd be pretty neat. Did you have any topic you wanted to throw on the table?
Well, there for a minute there, I was watching Pacific Rim for a while. I watched Pacific Rim, so I was wondering.
Love Pacific.
Yeah, it was good. It was good. Do you
It's
think?
so underrated. It's stupid.
Yeah, I do. It's popcorn. It's popcorn movie all day. You can just sit down and get sucked into it. It's great.
Did you watch both of them or just the one?
Well, that day I just watched the one, and then I kind of put the other one on for background noise, so I didn't get to fully watch the second one. But still, I put it on. Do you think a Jaeger could stop or take down Godzilla?
Oh shit, no. So Okay, I don't mean to swear, but listen, I there's a guy on YouTube. I should have answered that too quick. So there's a guy on YouTube that actually, I'll send his name. I think it's Goji Center, and he actually mathematically takes these monsters and uses calculations and actual like thought, and not just like the. he actually fights like he had.
He uses
Like,
science.
he does. He puts science there, and he's like, okay, how far would they make it? So they used the 4 Jaegers from Pacific Rim. So it was Gypsy Danger. Is it Crimson Dynamo? Is that the red one's name? The big one?
I think
No,
so. I can't
Crimson.
remember their names.
Cherno Alpha, and then the one that had the 3 pilots, the Chinese one. I can't remember that one. And then the 4th one was the one that asshole Australian kid piloted. It's been so long since I've seen this movie, but those 4 Jaegers, he actually sat down and went over the statistics of what their abilities or powers were, and said, okay, let's put down like which Titans they could actually beat. And they threw down like they respectfully, he started with the B team, and then he worked his way up to the G-Man. So he started with like Mothra and Rodan, and I think because they had flying, it was tougher. But with those Titans, they're kind of like glass cannons. Like once you get a hold of them, you could probably have a chance. But you got Rodan that's so fast that he flies over a city, and then it's literally like a type freaking F6 Twister coming through, and everyone gets blown away. And then Mothra, she's like she's almost like the magician of the Titans. Like she like has, if we're going off the the Monsterverse, she has like this flash cannon that it blinds everybody and it can blast people away. She has this webbing that she can use, and it's like Spider-Man sticky. It just, you can use, she has a lot of, she's support heavy.
Yeah.
Like pretty much she's like Godzilla's best support because he can't fly, and she sets him straight because he has a bit of an anger issue, like that much, if you haven't noticed. And he doesn't take shit. He doesn't. He just, and then it went to King Ghidorah. That one was fun. That was pretty much an uphill battle. Like you got a monster with 3 heads. It can fly. It has perpetual storm around it that causes a bunch of disruptions on a compute, like a level. It's just, he's just an asshole to fight. He is an asshole to fight. And then it got to King Kong, which obviously he did a lot better than I thought, because as much as I love Kong, he doesn't have a lot of like powers like the other ones have, but he's really fucking agile, and his dexterity is fucking like through the roof. He can pretty much everything a weapon. But they added his axe that he had in with the last 2 movies, which that leveled the playing field pretty goddamn good.
That'll do it.
And then it got to Godzilla. So you have a bastard that freaking has a disgusting ranged weapon. That atomic breath is just, oh my god. And then his tail could, he pretty much said if he had a good momentum on his tail, he could actually hit a Jaeger and slice it right in half. That's how powerful that thing is. And then you got he actually has a fast charge. Like you get him charging in one direction. So my point, it's a good question to ask, because a lot of these Titans, like I'll give you an example. So the tallest Jaeger is like 200 feet, and there's a big, huge weight difference and a height difference. So a lot of these Titans are like hundreds of thousands of tons, and I don't even think a Jaeger's like 90,000 tons or even like 80,000 tons. I don't even think they're that heavy. So there's a huge weight difference. Like you go to if one of those went to go punch even King Kong, he'll just look at you like and laugh. There's a huge weight difference. There's a huge size difference. But a lot of the Titans that they'll fight in the Monsterverse is an uphill battle. But if he didn't do an update, because have you seen the new Godzilla Kong, the new Empire movie?
Yes, I did see that one.
Okay, so if you want to add in the Scar King and Shimu, so Shimu is arguably the strongest Titan, because Godzilla, you've seen the movie, he actually had to make himself more powerful to put up a fight. And Scar King is like the flip side of Kong. Like, you seen him fight. He was an agile son of a bitch. He had that. So even then, a lot of the Titans that they're going to fight, unless they coordinate something, it's going to be a really bad day.
So what you're telling me is in turn, so basically they built these Jaegers to go up against their kaijus or their Titans.
Yeah.
Yes. And it was working. So you're telling me in the long run that if the kaiju from Pacific Rim met with the Monsterverse could completely wipe out the kaiju.
So good question. I'm glad you talked about this crossover, because it's one that I really think should happen. In fact, one of the directors of Pacific Rim got with Adam Wingard, and he's like, dude, let's do this. Why they haven't done it yet, I have no idea, but whatever.
Well, hopefully it's in the works at some point, because that'd be cool.
I'm sorry, my ADD kicked in. What was that question you just asked me?
So since they built the Jaegers to take down their kaijus.
Oh, yeah, okay.
And their Jaegers can fight their kaijus.
Yes. So if a kaiju is running amok in the Monsterverse, first off, Godzilla is going to be like that.
Literally.
Wait a minute. He's like, who's the
because he would know.
Oh,
he
yeah,
would be the first to know.
Who's the asshole now? So he's going to go like fucking jet stream across the ocean to have you seen the second movie, Pacific Rim? It's literally from like Japan all the way up like that coast to Russia, and then it cuts over. It's like it's called the Circle of Fire, and it's like where all those volcanoes are. That's where they're popping up at. So right there, he'll know where to go and figure out like he probably can't. If we're gonna go with him, everyone that pops up is gonna be just demolished. But he won't know, like, he won't be like us, and he won't be able to figure out how to stop it. Unless he somehow goes through that portal, which that'll be funny, and just destroys everything there, but I'm not sure if he'll find his way back. But also, he could probably, if he sees it's a numbers game, he could probably be like, look, I know I'm an asshole, but I'm going to need some assistance because I can't get to everywhere at once. And these things are just killing everything. Like, that's what he's there to keep the balance. And he'll see these kaiju are just running amok. And he'll figure out that the Jaegers are there to just stop them. And unless they mess with him, he won't, the Jaegers, he won't mess with them, but they won't mess with him.
Well, take the Jaegers out of it.
Okay.
So theoretically, say we take the Jaegers out, and it's just the kaijus that are popping up into, Godzilla's or the Monsterverse. Say they're just popping up into the Monsterverse. Say they're using the same portals to get to Sub-Earth or whatever it's called.
Oh, you're talking about
Yeah,
the
it's
center of the earth where King Kong is. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, say they're just like popping
So
up there, or they're just
yeah,
popping up on Earth's surface.
yeah. So I think here in the long run, like the long run, unless him and Kong figure something out, or even the humans, which I'm betting they will,
Well, because
it's a
they all work
losing
together.
it's a losing fight because if you pay attention in the first movie, the kaiju actually get stronger and stronger. Like that last one they fought in the first movie was actually the size of Godzilla, and they barely won. They actually had to launch a nuke, if I remember right. So in the long run, if they don't find a way to fix it, it could be a losing battle because the kaiju could just start spewing wave after wave after wave of just monsters. And like if Godzilla rallied all the kaiju, which I think even with the new ones now, like Kong, Mothra, Rodan, Shimu, and him, and then if he gets the other ones helping him, let's say there's a dozen Titans around the world trying to stop this invasion, it's going to be a long fight. I'm not going to say they're going to lose. I'm not going to say they're going to win, but unless the humans figure out a way to stop the portals, I don't see them winning. It's just going to be a constant bullshit barrage of kaiju, and I don't know if they'll be able to stop it.
So that sounds like that's whenever the Jaegers do come into play.
Yeah.
Where like the human side of it comes in,
Yeah.
and they're like, okay, we know how to stop this, and then they travel to Pacific Rim's world, get the Jaegers, and then bring them to Earth to stop everything, or to help out Godzilla and the Titans.
Yeah, I'd love to see that crossover movie, video game, whatever you want to call it. But that's just me using my knowledge of both universes. Because in the second movie, they came back. In fact, really cool part of the second movie is one of the kaiju, whatever you want to call it, infected one of the Jaegers, and actually Jaeger became like a hybrid, and like that was pretty cool.
That's cool.
Unfortunately, that is all the time that we have for this week. Thank you for listening, and be sure to tune in for next week's episode of Apopkolips.